Take a break from your busy schedule and join Harold Sala for Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living.
Love is what makes the world go round, contends an old song. And whether it's true or not, it's a certain thing that our world would be a drab and desolate place apart from the greenery of love's landscape. In the upper room at the last Passover, Jesus wanted to impress some very important truths on his followers. As the Father hath loved me, he said, so I have loved you. Then moments later he said, this is my commandment, that you love one another just as I have loved you. May I paraphrase? Jesus is saying, I have loved you like the Father has loved me. Now you love each other in the same way. A sociological discussion of love, leaving God out, can never go beyond the carbon copy or the novice's copy of the great master's work. If you ever really understand the nature of love, you have to look at the nature of the Father himself and how he loves us as his imperfect children. God is love, said John. He doesn't say, now God is something like love. He just makes a statement, God is love. On today's edition of Guidelines, I'd like to share 4 observations about that great love that forms a pattern or a benchmark for us. First, God's love is constant. It isn't fickle. It knows no ups or downs. Remember as a child perhaps taking a daisy and pulling the petals off one by one as you thought of someone saying, he loves me not. But when it comes to your Father's love, it is unchanging. He will always love you no matter what you do, no matter how far you may stray. Observation number 2 about God's love in relationship to us is that his love is absolute. It is never dependent upon your response. It is his nature to love you without fluctuation. Contrasting this is the fact that so much of our love is dependent upon the response of the one we love. Parents make a big mistake when they make love dependent upon good behavior. If you're a good boy, Daddy will love you. Or, drink your milk now or else. Mom, could I ask, or what else? Many people today do not understand the nature of God's love because the love of their parents has been so fickle. An abortion, a spiritual failure, a period of backsliding results in the feeling that a person has committed an unforgivable sin which drives them beyond the reach of God's love. If you feel like this, friend, realize God's love is absolute, as certain as the promise of the Word itself and the rising sun. The third observation about God's love is that it is unrelenting. I think of God's love as a hound dog that keeps on sniffing your trail when you've gone astray, until eventually you stop dead in your tracks and turn to him. Read Psalm 139 that asks, where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? And the obvious answer is nowhere. Finally, the fourth fact which I would like to point out about the Father's love is that it is undeserved and unmerited. We don't deserve it, but we are blessed because of it. And all of this gives us a beautiful picture of how we should love each other and can love each other. As his love is unrelenting, so we must keep on loving and loving and loving again.
You've just heard Dr. Harold Sala with Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living. If you would like to listen to the program again, download a copy, subscribe to our e-commentary, or view other resources, visit guidelines.org. We would like to hear from you too. You can email us at info@guidelines.org. That's info@guidelines.org. Thanks for listening, and we invite you to join us again for the next edition of Guidelines.